Hello, friends. It's Wednesday, and normally that means Sonic, but today it means something else because I found out that there was a fucking game made that is a dating sim for Dead by Daylight, which is one of my favorite games of that style. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna show it to you guys. I want us to experience this together. So I'm gonna be streaming that instead. And I announced that on Twitter, but I know not everybody follows my Twitter. So if you're here for the hog, I'm sorry. Tonight he's taking a break. But to kick things off just a little bit early, it was requested of myself that I go through a little round. Why are you being this way? That I go through a little round of the game Dead by Daylight. So I'm gonna play a quick survivor round. Oh my gosh, please. Why is this happening? Clicky. There we go. Oh my gosh, what did I ever do to you? So, I'm gonna play a quick survivor round and a quick killer round. Just to show off the concept, because I like the concept. The overarching story of the game is that this creature, I guess, that feeds off, souls or whatever, has been going on. Now listen. Has been, just stealing random people from all over the place and all through the earth and time. And, it doesn't matter if you're, a regular little, person or, somebody who died tragically. You still go there. And a lot of the people that die tragically end up as the killers. Well, so far, all of them. But then there's also the survivors, which are, the normal people. Oh my god, it's even made by them. Ugh. I hope I'm making sense. I'm a little stoned. So, oh my god. Right now there's a collaboration with Attack on fucking Titan of all things. Well, so anyway, nobody can ever escape, this entity. And once you're there, it just feeds off you until... Well, I guess it feeds on you for eternity or something. But anyway... The song fucks. Anyway, you can be a killer, which I haven't played around with him yet because I suck at killer, but this guy is called the Trickster, and he's a K-pop superstar who decided, he was tired of being nice and just wanted to go apeshit because people weren't paying enough attention to him or something. I don't know, he's wild, but this version of the theme song is so good also. It's a song that he wrote. Or not that he wrote, but a song his band would sing, I guess. Anyway, I love it. I'm gonna be killer. But I'm gonna be the trapper, because that's the one I'm kind of good-ish at. I just want to go around and like kick their generators. So I think that'll be nice. Easy to fulfill. These challenges you get extra. So like these blood points are like the money. These are like the minor cash shop money, and then this is like the cash shop money. You have to buy these. This is my like overall player level, I think. This is my killer grade, which is, I guess, like how good I am at it or whatever, which I'm not. This is how you do your like perks and your upgrades. So you get these things that are called perks, and they're little like buffs for you. I don't have this one yet, so I'm gonna take it. Then you get items and stuff for your loadouts, which I'm gonna do. Like I said, I'm just doing a little quickie. Okay. There we go. So basically what I got here is I'm buffing him so survivors can throw down things in front of me to stop me, but now I can just kick them. Oh yeah, I have like a side weapon, a bear trap, and I think that's good. So the perks I'm loading out with are one that increases my movement speed while I'm carrying them to hooks, one that helps me recuperate faster from missed attacks, and one that makes me break pallets, breakable walls, and generators 10% faster. I'll probably get a killer one pretty quick, because not a lot of people like playing killer, from what I hear from everyone I talk to about Dead by Daylight. Also, sorry if you can hear me eating. I made gyoza for dinner tonight, and then I decided to treat myself with some banana coconut milk ice cream. So it's like banana and coconut milk. Put a little peanut butter in it because I'm just the worst. My hand was done with the controller, I guess. If this doesn't happen, there we go. I was gonna say, if it doesn't happen in the next 5, then I'll just switch over to Survivor. Alright, so it's them against me, and they're trying to activate these generators to turn lights on so they can they turn on the generators to power up the switch that lets them out of this area. And I'm trying to stop them from doing that. And I'm a big guy. Girl Squad. Shorts Naya and Jacket Naya. Meg and Yui. So each of these characters has like different perks that they have as well, and different like little things. Like there's a girl named Claudette who's more like the healer. And then there's a guy that's more like of a mechanic and healer, and then there's like another guy that's like a nerd. And they all have their little perks too. There's also like a Stranger Things characters, and like Michael Myers and Laurie Strode you can get in their little expansion packs. I really like the company that makes the game too. I feel like they're very I feel like they have a lot of good ideas. So before each round, it shows you like the little perks, the little buffs that everybody brought with or offerings, excuse me. And offerings are just like another buff. But at the end of the round, the offering goes away. There's a creature in here making creature sounds. Oh, uh-oh. Oh yeah, there's a Silent Hill pack where you can get Pyramid Head and Heather, but they call her Cheryl Mason. So my vision is really limited to just like in front of me. Oh, she got me. When they run, I can see where they're going for a limited amount of time. She's actually doing a pretty good job running for me. I'm gonna actually probably quit chasing her because I don't want to seem like I'm being sweaty, but... I did give her a whack. Damn. Oh, they're working on this one, I bet. Oh yeah, I can't make him run any faster. I wish I could. Only because I want to get to the... Only because I want to kick generators. I want to give him the kick. Oh, damn it. I didn't even want to mess with that. Ugh. They're gonna loop me on purpose. There's a lot of, like, as you can see, there's a lot of different strategies to, like, shake off the killer, and, it's good shit. I really just want to kick that generator, but I don't remember where it was now. I think it was upstairs. Disclaimer, I'm not the best at killer. I don't play killer a lot, because I don't really, I like the survivor part more. Maybe I can indicate to them somehow that I just want to kick it. I'm being a little bit of a beehole, I feel. But I'm supposed to be a beehole, so I don't know why I'm feeling guilty about my beeholery. My job, it's my job. Oh shit. Someone must have something on that conceals. So that one's on. That one's on. Now I just gotta figure out I can kick any of them before they get this, before they get them working. That one, okay. I wanna kick it. Okay, where are these fucking stairs? That's the other thing about you. If you're a killer, you're kind of big and slow. And they can hear me, like, if I'm there, they can hear me set my little traps and whatnot. Baby's little bear traps. I think the one they just did was over here. So we got a little ways to punk each other. Oh, I can step in my own bear traps also. Which is a little stinky, but you know. I wish there was like a buff that would give me an indicator of like what ones are on. That was weird. Like, so this chick is like, ooh, you're making brats? I made gyoza. Also, hey, Kylie. They were plotting, they got me. She's definitely gotten me a couple times with the, pallets. Bitch! People can be a-holes and do that shit to you too. That is definitely an a-hole move. I got one of them. I did what I kind of came here to do. Oh no, I hope they know I don't care. I'll go over here and like hide from them. Oh yeah, you can find this too, which opens up during this like countdown timer, and survivors can jump in there and get away if like their timer is running. Oh, I'm gonna start that ASAP. Excuse me, one of my friends just didn't understand where the what the game was about and why I was like, oh my god. So I wanted to show him around. Okay, but what about all the generators I damaged? Oh. Yes! Oh my god, I did it! 6 out of 6, baby! I had fun with them. They were good little chaseables. It was a nice bunch of kids. Okay. So, as you can see, that's the gist of the game. It's a lot of fun. It can be a little sweaty. Sometimes it's made me hurl some profanity, that's for sure. And they all have their own little stories and stuff. So like this guy, he was like a rich I don't remember, like I think his family was like rich or something, and they moved from Korea to America, and then he was expected to like take over the family biz, and he wasn't super into it. I'm just switching it out for later. So he like went to go live in the woods as like a feral person. But yeah, it's fun. I'll play more of it. You know, you can get little costumes and stuff, and I feel like you get a lot of value. Personally, I feel like you get a lot of value out of like the money you spend on the game, because they do a really good job. I feel, objectively, they do a good job. All right, so it's 6 o'clock, and as promised, well, it's 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go use the restroom, and then when I get back, we'll start screaming. Okay, I have returned. Are you guys ready for me to go full monkey mode, full manky mode? Cause I'm gonna. I don't know if you can tell, but I love DVD, so I'm so ready. Kylie, the second I saw this, the instant. Our friend Stony has a Stony Fox has a server, and I don't know how you do one of those shout outs, but I want to shout her out because I wouldn't have. Oh my god. Oh my god in heaven. I'm so excited, Kylie. Why won't it show? This is why I worship Satan. It's a full screen game, baby. Will you please just capture it, please? This full screen, please. Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, thank you, Kylie. Oh, I guess it doesn't. Rats! Alright. Please read the following terms and conditions while we arrange our tropical paradise for your stay. We guarantee a lot of reading ahead, so why not start with these? Okay, I know all that, blah, blah. With my luck, oh my god, it's the hunter! Hey, lazy turtle, how's it going? Yes, just in time for me to absolutely throw myself off a cliff. Can you guys hear the game okay? I feel like it's a little quiet. Oh my fucking god. It's wonderful. It's more than I could have even begun to imagine. Let me get this mixer out. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Golly, it's so quiet. I even have it on like full volume in my headphones. Hey, did it get any better, Kylie? Oh, I see. Okay, well, hopefully that isn't blowing out any buttholes. Yay! Oh my god. Okay. New game. Before we get started, what shall we call you? Bird. Oh my god, the tropical remix of the theme is sending me to the fucking moon! I'm so glad I got stupid high for this. I wish you could play as a canon survivor. I would be Dwight. Little dudes with glasses like that give me a big gender. Like Herbert West. Seymour Mushnick. Or Seymour Krelborn. Bird. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the island around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity if you catch my drift, says the ocean. Whoa, not now, ocean. Sorry, bird, may I continue? Please, go on. Okay then, as I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who's behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Oh my god, I know this is so good so far, Turtle. Too punny. What will I do? I'm gonna dig up that face. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. There is no body, just this head. As you pick it up, the flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of this poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type, says the ocean? Question mark. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, and so you deposit it. Why, that's a nice coin you got there. What if you were to spend it right now? Why not? Oh my god, the art's so cute. Dwight. Well, hello there. I'm Dwight. And I'm Claudette. We'll take that. Oh, I give them my money. I would give them anything. Claudette quickly relieves you of your gold coin and tosses it to Dwight, who bites down on it like an old-timey prospector before handing it back to her. Claudette, and this is for you. Oh, a very nicely mixed skeleton drink. Claudette presents you with a tropical drink. It's got a poisonous-looking flower with, like, decorations that look like the entity. And it has a yellow and white striped straw with a clear skull glass with a red-topped green drink. And limes for eyes. I would never accept anything from... When you take a sip, you find that it's incredible. Money well spent in your estimation. But I gotta ask, could someone maybe design the next one of these dating sims to be all-inclusive? It really takes some of the fun out of a fantasy vacation to be watching your wallet the entire time. If the entity filled up something with food and was like, here you go, I would not ever look at it. I wouldn't even acknowledge it. This is suspicious. Spit that out. You spit the drink out and pour the rest onto the sand at your feet. I'm sorry, I've made a mistake. I shouldn't be here. Claudette, I told you we'd put too much lime juice in there. Dwight, at least they didn't throw it in our faces. I love that they're wearing uniforms. Oh my god. That was a bit rude of you, FYI. You think you were abducted and brought here just to be poisoned in the first 5 minutes? Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. "Little help, please." You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is she supposed to be the spirit? Holy shit. Oh my god. This is the character I was just playing, by the way, the Trapper. 4 gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know. Not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. The Trapper. Hello. There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous line of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters, though. What do you do? My options are toss it back, kick it back, say no thanks, or say nothing, do nothing. Looks at the camera like I'm on The Office. I'll toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Oh my god, she's even wearing the veil! I'm crying. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. I would let her hold me like a hamburger. The spirit, try hard much? Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Ocean, don't be scared, bird. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Oh, I want to know what happens next. This is the best $10 I've spent all year. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. The Trapper, you derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. The spirit shows up. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. The Huntress. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. Oh my god, I know, it's so cute. What's your deal? What brings you here? The Trapper. You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? The Wraith lets out a deep sigh. That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. The Trapper, look, I don't care why the slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? The Huntress, you know you can't. Oh my god, look at his pose. Oh my god, that's gonna be my phone background for a while. I must. You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh god. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, bird, you might want to, you know, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you, cries. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a timed quiz and it will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I don't remember. The Trapper is asking the first question. How attractive would you say you are? I'd say I'm very attractive. What do you think very attractive is compared to this? And he gives the flex. That is so gonna be my phone background. Trapper flexes and his muscles are so tight you can practically see the blood running through his veins. The Wraith asks, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Flight. Flight, for sure. The Spirit, technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What was your best subject in school, she asks. History, I guess. History? Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we always will, but still. The Huntress asks, what's your favorite animal? Cat. Definitely a cat. ... Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. The Wraith asks, what's your favorite color? Blood red. Definitely red. The Wraith. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. The Spirit asks, ooh, excuse me. What's your dream job? Astronaut. That'd be pretty amazing to be an astronaut, I think. The Wraith. It's hard to imagine being farther away from anyone than floating in space. The cold, inky vastness of nothing forever. The Trapper asks, best flavor of ice cream? Vanilla, chocolate, or horse flesh are my options. I said chocolate. The Trapper says, my favorite flavor is pain! The Huntress, same. The Spirit, same here. The Wraith, ... The Wraith says, mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. Pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second. This reminds me. I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much farther. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. Then the ocean cuts in. We're teaching lessons now, narrator? You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Vanilla, chocolate, horseflesh, or mint chip? He said mint chip. The best flavor is mint chip. The ocean, so obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. The Trapper. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Wraith scoots in. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. And then the Spirit cuts in. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time, but the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Huntress. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's a lot of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. The Trapper. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. The Spirit rolls her eyes. Grow up. The Trapper. Grow a body. The Spirit cuts in. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made out of it. The Trapper. Whatever, fog body. The Wraith interrupts them. That's not nice. The Huntress. He's not nice. The Trapper flexes his muscles. You love it. The Huntress, only sometimes. Wraith, ew, really? That's disgusting. The Trapper, that's why she likes it. She turns blue. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Spirit, stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. Sorry, I had to get another sippy. The Trapper says, if we're done playing, let's go do something else instead. Spirit agrees. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. Trapper says, I say we go to my yacht. It's a massive boat docked nearby. And I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. I don't mind him. He just hates fun and happiness. Wraith giving his best frowny JoJo face. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted needlessly and cruelly it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Huntress cuts in, hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. And the Spirit, are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right there. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do I want to go? I can go to the lounge, hang out with the Wraith, play volleyball with the Huntress, or go to Trapper's yacht. I'm gonna go play volleyball with the Huntress. I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Huntress, yay! I love to play outdoors. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously you are too. I like you already. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. Claudette and Dwight interrupt. Claudette, hold on. Dwight, just for one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murder's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here for a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry, anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. Dwight, we will now escort you to the group. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. Claudette, the least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you could do is help us get off this island. Claudette, yes, pardon me. Follow us. I love that they're like Team Rocket. Bird, hey narrator. Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape them? No. I think you're mistaken. Seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off the island, though. Oh, that. Right. Yes, that's true. He was. But he just meant that he wants to go get to the other vacation island getaway a couple miles south of here. It has a much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter, mostly, when I agree with them. Not like that other island. So, what'll it be? Peep, 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 peep. What I thought I picked. I guess I'll pick her again, see what happens. The Huntress. I chose, oh sorry, I didn't tell you what I was doing. I know this doesn't seem to have any voice acting, so it's a lot for me to read, I'm sorry. I chose to go back to the volleyball court with the Huntress because I'm gay and I love tall, big muscle women. The Huntress. Wow, it's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring, and Traptor is so predictable, relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of the open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Game starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? And then I like to point things out, apparently. Elk don't swim. To which she responds, live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim, believe you me. Cheer for me, cute stuff. The killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. And then Claudette and Dwight came back. Claudette, hey, fancy a lemonade? I see you working up a thirst eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. Claudette hands you a lemonade. Ooh, so fresh. So tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear, who would you bet on to win, Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them, or not talking about them if they're into that sort of thing. Just pick someone. Please, it's not like we've got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity or anything. And the ocean cuts in. Who put sand in that guy's shorts? Sheesh. Let's see. An bird. Okay, I think I have to pick one. The Huntress. Huntress? Oh shoot, Huntress overheard you. Aw, you got your eye on me? I'm flattered you think I'm good, but honestly, I'm a little annoyed that I've been so flashy with my moves. Usually I'm so sneaky you can barely see me at all. The Wraith. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support the other people on this island, right? Ah, geez, I have no idea what the rules are here. Are there even rules? I should have stayed in my secret Larry. My secret Larry. My secret Larry. Claudette and Dwight come back. Claudette, wow, what a game. Dwight, it's a tie. Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one knows since this is everyone's first time playing. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Hey, is Claudette crying? Are you okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. You know, this resort had 4 employees when it opened. Claudette, it's nothing. I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boss. Oh, look, the killers have dispersed and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirit is reading a novel, Trapper is stretching sensually in between chainsaw curls, Wraith is standing on the beach desperately hoping the sand will swallow him up, and Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. You feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short. You could get snuffed out at any time of day. Carpe diem, carpe diem, carpe nauem. Go ahead, chat one of them up. Why are you doing this to me? So, which killer has caught your eye? I guess, am I supposed to be, like, clicking on all of them? Which killer has caught my eye? Chainsaw curls sounds interesting, and I like the Trapper's, like, big dummy personality. You approach Trapper. The Trapper. Hey, quick question. Can I bench press you? Oh my god. You're not sure if that's a joke or not. No thanks. No thanks. I don't think that's a great idea. The Trapper. No, it's a terrible idea. My hands are covered in a mix of mysterious blood and baby oil right now. It's obviously not the right time to be bench pressing anybody. Trapper is impressed. It was a joke. No self-respecting mogul would allow themselves to be tossed in the air like a toy. The Huntress appears. Come on, everyone. The fun and games can't be over already. I get it, I get it. Volleyball? Not ruthless enough. Look at us. We crave action. We crave excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court, bird. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you, she's handing it to you. Don't worry, I've got several of these. It's important to hone your skills, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. Well, you can't even see me. Minigames consist of two parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction, and on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, and sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. Fail to land on the target, and you will lose. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. Okay, ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? I am ready. Away we go. Show them what you got. Oops. Not bad. Perfect. Perfect. Jeez. You missed completely. You missed completely. I'm impressed. A worthy opponent. Ooh. I impressed her. I hope she marries me. I mean, could have been better, but who's keeping score? For the record, I am, and you got 5 points. The Trapper. Hatchet throwing? Cool, I guess. I like my stabbing to be a bit more up close and personal. Somewhere, a loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Dwight, time's up. Claudette, you heard him. Get to the next activity. Dwight nervously stares. Me, Bird. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. We were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And oh, great! Terrific! It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is they don't want to sit next to certain people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Oh my god, Trickster's in this! Oh yeah, the Trickster is here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected Stir? I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers. And my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, Bird. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Looks like we can't fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, and the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Dwight, now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. The Spirit. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? Dwight, it's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. Adds Claudette. The Trapper, my favorite! The Huntress, meat is good. The Wraith, meat is murder. The Spirit, which you'd know considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? The Wraith, I'm just sharing facts, and you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true. The Trapper, technically true is the best kind of true. The Huntress, okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey Bird, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm-down button tree prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. Bird, I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? Claudette appears before you, making an angry face. This took 12 hours, Dwight, and we literally do everything on this island. The Trapper. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. The Huntress. Wow, he's right for a change because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. The Trapper. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. The Spirit. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contests. Enough! Grow up! Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is! Yells the Trapper. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to hell if you'd like. This is so good. The Wraith. Please stop, please. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the Skull of Azeroth. Huntress, great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, bird. I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up dinner. Oh no, it's Felix! Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours. Oh, 72 straight hours. Well, I guess when you're not alive. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value and maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always afraid of tetanus. I volunteer. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Dwight, splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. Claudette, we hated when it got cold. Dwight hands me a machete. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Minigames consist of 2 parts. It's the minigame instructions again, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I do like that they give you the instructions each time. Ready. Away we go. Slice. Perfect. Perfect. Woo. Perfect, not bad. Not perfect. You missed completely. You missed completely. The Spirit. Oh, I caught her attention. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Claudette. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involve lifting their masks and shoving food behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, Ocean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. And I ask, Spirit, why aren't you hungry? And she says, the 2 best things about being dead is not having to eat. It's only one thing. Think about it, bird. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Meh. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is, they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? My options are, this is gross, I'm sorry, or look at that seagull! Actually, it's not the food or the company. I'm just super self-conscious of how I look when I eat. I was just pretending to be grossed out by dinner so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Sorry if that made things awkward. I'm actually extremely hungry. The spirit. Yeah, watching people eat is gross, but try to relax and not worry what everyone thinks. The wraith. It's so important to always remember people are watching you, judging you, definitely not ignoring you. Right? Guys, is anyone listening to me? Typically, a group that includes one, if not more cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins would be quite scary. However, right now, you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so please don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive. The ocean cuts in. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide, narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. Ocean, I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise, others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Ocean, hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. You wake up and find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Oh, good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try and care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. Which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy, living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's heads open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain for me to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful, but I was just gonna narrate the fact, not, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful mask! Your bunny mask! It's quite gorgeous. I say. Nice recovery, but now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? I ask. She touches her bunny mask. You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. Bird, you seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you can see that Huntress is blushing a bit. It seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? She offers you some jerky, probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because this smells pretty damn good. I'm gonna accept it. When on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you can chow down on jerky sensually, right? I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there? You do not play around, bird. The Huntress. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say, it's quite amusing to see this hunkish bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, bird. There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubble out from behind Huntress's mask. Me. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip, probably left by some little girl who was playing on the beach long ago who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. She seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow or show off some of your knowledge of advanced humaning? I'm gonna show her a thing or two. Oh my god, you silly goose. You chuckle before reaching for the bag of jerky. You take the barrette off and collect a lock of Huntress's hair, clipping it back into an attractive swoop. Much better. Huntress is so happy that you taught her something new about human trinkets. She touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving above their heads. Dwight, it's very important that we stick to the itinerary, Claudette, and attend each event as scheduled. Dwight, playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. Claudette, that's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No, I was no time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Dwight, go, 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 go! They chased me! Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. Dwight, we're not going to blame anyone in particular, Claudette, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you hasn't been sticking to the schedule. Dwight, that means we're behind on time for evening activities. Claudette, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. The Wraith, just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. The Huntress, you're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? The Spirit, oh great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. The Trapper, whoever did this must step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out? The Wraith. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? The Spirit. Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? The Trapper. Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and Muss are back on! You two know I love to hack, slash, and dice. The Huntress. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Claudette. Nobody named any names! Who even knows any names? Not us. Dwight, I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. Nobody, but we still gotta get started on story time, so... Claudette. Bird, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please, pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Oh my gosh. Who should tell their super spooky story? I love that they're like perks. I'm gonna have... I haven't done anything with the Wraith yet. Or the Spirit yet. I choose you, Spirit. Whoa, whoa, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? The Spirit. Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. The Huntress pipes in. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. The Wraith. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me. And I literally put a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Pulled. Oh, pulled. I said put. The Trapper. Talk about bullshit stories. The Spirit. If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and... Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take their seats. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. The Spirit. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, and I'm going to tell you my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. The Spirit begins her tale. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hotta, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike any she had seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery. It was as if conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. Help Help me! Cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. Completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hota comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, with seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man inside grew desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hota was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hota. You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through the narrowest of passageways, Detective Hota watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Promise? Asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she'd worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hota, for she knew he would return, and he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box. Repeating the question again, steam flowing from his mouth, he asked, Promise? Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. And pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hota leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in the soft touch. Thank you, said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. Get back! Yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hota and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever had been pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hota gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or landed on what should have been him. In the corner of the box was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hota had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile, and atop that pile, a head. Cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her, who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual? She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail. And now, no one is sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a light-hearted romp. Please. I said do something! Say nothing, hug her. Cool story. Stand up and try to start one of those slow claps. Am I really timed on these? Let's see what the setting is. If you don't let me see what that is... Fine, I guess I don't get to know what it is. I'm gonna... Cool story, bro. I'm gonna say nothing. Hug her. You stand without saying anything. Approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around, I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, even when you're a god. I mean, a narrator. The Spirit, you're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. The ocean. Dipping in hot tubs with the Spirit? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle that. The Spirit. I just want to be totally clear. Even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any other-ickly. I believe you. Completely. Sure, you were cut to pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. The Spirit. A perfectly normal coincidence. Me. Bird. Sure, you're on this island. Trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue, your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? She says, getting a lot closer to me. Searching for answers, hoping to find the Spirit. Revenge! Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences, she says. Sorry, but coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or, well, maybe it's coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt that story. Like watching a movie in my sleep when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. Me. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? She asks. Yes. I know we just met, but yes, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. The Spirit. Fool! Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're gonna get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? And if I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own question about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle blocks. If you believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain someone standing behind you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Claudette. Sorry, kids. Dwight, but it's time for bed. The Spirit. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her, at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting you on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story, about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life, or has it already been taken from you, and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar, creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and a blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Claudette, perhaps some music will put you at ease? Dwight, just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Other guests aren't the types you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Minigames consist of 2 parts. Okay, it's the minigame instructions. Oh, this here upcoming minigame is a special minigame. Perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. I suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. And I'm ready. Ready. Away we go. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it.
All right, let's talk about our community.
Let's see what's on this station.
2 major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits. It's everybody that's part of what makes Dead by Daylight this amazingly rich and passionate environment. It means groups of people who interact on every single possible social platform, in person. It means people who play together. It's even the people who play by themselves and never talk to anybody. So it's important for us to be able to break it down and figure out exactly who is part of the community and how do we listen to them? How do we get close enough that we can actually hear what makes them happy, what makes them excited, what worries them, all of this. We need to know about that. So the other part of community for us is the community team. It's our team that we built. Obviously, this was a very small thing. 4 years ago, it was pretty much just Dave and Ash and I talking to you live and trying to sift through every single forums, which we couldn't do, to today where we have a team of, I think, over than 50 people internally, some people sitting at their desks in the office, some people sitting at their desks all around the world in different countries to represent
That's kind of cool. I might listen to that whole thing one day. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Does chat want to pick it out? I'll let you guys pick. No pressure. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Huntress, because I'm gay. Huntress, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huntress appears in an instant. You really didn't hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. If a Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it. You do. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. I would have picked Huntress too, but because I'm not gay. Yes. It's that meme of, like, Dutch and Dylan meeting in Predator where they, like, grasp hands and flex. It's like, not gay, gay, Huntress in the middle. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, huh? It's the ocean! Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying, I'm out here, you know? You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Wraith stares at you awkwardly. He says nothing, just stares. You look around to see if there's something going on behind you on either side, but nope, just staring. The Wraith. Oh, you're awake. I saw you at the Hunters right before bedtime. Are you making some sort of alliance? Are you with... Wraith scans the horizon. Them? I'm just making sure you are who you say you are. I've been burned before, and something seems off on this island since you've arrived. Even more than usual. Maybe we could talk more about that tomorrow? It's just since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow. Together. It's just, you have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful. Boring and loud and stupid. You're different. There's finally someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. I think we could, you know, have some fun. I could show you some cool stuff, if you want. If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it. No pressure. In fact, probably just forget I was here. Good night. Finally alone, for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. I love the narrator. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, geez. It is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. The Huntress. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone whose parent... with someone who isn't a parent and that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian... Oh, she's Russian? So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say... Oh, I do? Okay, attractive, mysterious. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and had to wash her entrails off of my sarafan. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill. And Trapper, oof, where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. The Trapper. If I'm being honest, I want to kill just about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate. I want to see suffer for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I would like them to continue living. For now. One false step and... well, you know, everyone calls me Trapper for a reason. And they better call me Trapper. I swear, if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm gonna kill the Chiron guy. The Wraith. I don't really care. This island is full of people who don't really like me, so what's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my plan. Anyways. the spirit. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster, but I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least the thing that beats... At least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Could I die in the first day? You open your eyes, the sun is shining, and there's not a cloud in the sky. And you feel great! Totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. And at least they make for a sexy bunch, no? Oh. The trickster. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off right. Oh, it's poison. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, is the never mind, he left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! Bird, what the hell is that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard, and he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so he can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? The ocean! Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. Ocean, I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review if it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not be overcritical of them. Me? Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? Well, you don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Claudette and Dwight, come back. Claudette, sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. Dwight, they always do this on the second morning. Claudette, sad, really. Dwight, even if they do make some great points. Oh sure, they make some great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Claudette, yes, of course, apologies, Bird. Dwight, the last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I've been having a lovely time. Yes, it's been really entertaining. Yes, I'm not suspicious there's no option. I'm gonna say, yes, I'm not suspicious there's no option. Bird, yes, I'm not at all suspicious there's no option here. Dwight, what an encouraging response. Claudette, and we're so glad you're not suspicious. Dwight, hey Claudette, maybe Bird isn't suspicious because they figured out what we're actually doing here? Claudette, zero chance, they're still clicking, even right now to see how you'll respond. Dwight, hey, look at that. Yeah, they don't know anything. It doesn't matter though, Bird, we're so happy to hear you're having fun. I didn't say that I was having fun. Claudette, we're all having fun, Bird! Dwight, do you hear us? We're all having fun! We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign our rights away to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. Bird, no, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Bird, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Dwight, perfect! Claudette, delightful. Ocean, excellent. Yes, yes! Hey Bird, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games, resorts like this, I mean. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Ocean, breakfast. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and so much for maintaining these beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers will only get you so far. Even killers have to watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. Trevor, I'll be honest, I didn't expect you to survive yesterday, so congrats, I guess. Whether you survive today is 50-50 at best. Good luck. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. The Huntress. At this point, anything could happen. I'm open to all possibilities that this strange island has in store. How open-minded! Ah, well, that surely must be it. Nobody else would weirdly stand up during breakfast and just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? I did. Or should I say I did not? I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing, and last night was no different. So in that case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all while looking cute doing so. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of the group. Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. The Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Bird to our island paradise, and yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking any questions. The Trapper. I'm asking a question too. When will Wraith shut up? And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, what are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game, or sexy true-to-life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. I did not get to eat any breakfast. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, you know what. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Me. Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these four fine killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting the most to know the most is you, narrator. It is only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. Oh, Dwight. No, stick it in there. A little more. Oh yeah, that's it. Yes! How does that feel? Claudette asks. Dwight, intense. Claudette, nice. Dwight, yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Claudette, now I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Dwight, just like that. Claudette, exactly like that. I swear I had no idea that these two even do whatever it is that they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow! Look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I could buy some? Claudette, damn it! Dwight, oh, come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is painting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Me, sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here and that I could hear you. Well, you know. Claudette, no, what? What do you think we were doing? Bird, you were doing, I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like fun. Claudette, you think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. Dwight, we get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. Claudette, I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Claudette, did you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? Dwight, you don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. Claudette continues her mad cackling. Dwight, my life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Claudette, let's go, lover boy. I noted all of our entry wounds and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, bird. You're gonna need it. Dwight, and hey, if you find out how to escape the island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. I have no response. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far, today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, No bullshit, just soaking up sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. Ocean, ooh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all. It's the trickster. Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What was that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy and kind of lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You've seen my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right, I could give you a private show. Catch you around. Me contemplating to myself, his abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. And the blow-up bat, threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we have a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that the guy is gone and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by, it's time to lay back, take some deep breaths, and nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Ah, yes, Huntress. That makes sense. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that's quiet and out of the way. No one will be able to hear us there. Oh goodness. Doesn't that sound intriguing? But immediately, a flood of worry, floods your brain. Should you pack a picnic? Bring your swimsuit? A pocket knife? You decide to bring as much as you can. You may have to make a run for it at some point, and you should be prepared. But of course, you washed up on this island with nothing but the clothes on your back, so you've got nothing to gather. Are you really ready for this? I mean, they call her the Huntress, not the Hugstress. You look up at this towering goddess, trying to form a sentence, when suddenly, before you can decide if you want to go off with her, the spirit interjects. You really think you're gonna have fun with her? All the running and wrestling, and not like in the clever double entendre kind of way, but actual physical wrestling. I'm excited just describing. I'm exhausted just describing, thinking about it. Listen, you're kind of weird, and I'm kind of weird, and like, I don't know. I thought maybe you'd want to sit and ignore the whole world together for a while, yeah? Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island really got me tilted. So, who will it be? I'm going with the Huntress. I gotta go with the Huntress. Whee! She's going to hunt me. You and Huntress make your way to the secluded beach house. Your heart thrums in your chest. Don't look it up. Thrums is a real word, I swear. Are these nerves of excitement or terror? Isn't it fun to mix up the sexy and horrifying? No. Huntress is quiet as a mouse as she guides you through the island forest. You struggle to keep up with her. She moves like a jungle cat, all muscle and silent leaps across thorny brush. She halts suddenly and you crash into her, having been desperately trying to keep up. You follow her gaze and realize that you've arrived. A cabin in the woods, obligatory in nearly all horror films and stories. You've come here willingly with a fearsome killer. Great job. The cabin is cozy, but something seems off about it. You can't quite put your finger on what it is. Huntress stares at you through her bunny mask, cocking her head to the side as if trying to gauge your reaction to her hideaway. Are you going to invite me inside? The Huntress. Why? Do you need an invitation? Are you a vampire? Ah, no, no. Oh. Is it just me, or did Huntress seem a little disappointed? Didn't peg her for a lover of the Fang, but hey, I don't judge. The Huntress. Come in, let's explore. You follow her inside. It's creepy, rickety, and definitely not up to code, but it has a certain homey charm. Bird, you're quite the decorator. She blushes. Indeed she is. A chandelier made of bones hangs delicately from the foyer ceiling, and a collection of trinkets lines the mantle. Something tells you that the people who once owned these things are not of this mortal coil anymore. Could you be Huntress's next victim? The thought gives you a wicked thrill. Hey, she's looking at you again. What do you think of my collection? My options are, I'm more of a minimalist. I could learn to like this. It's so much. I could learn to like this. I could certainly learn to like this. The whole place is quite tactile. There's so much to look at. The organized chaos makes me want to craft things with my hands. The Huntress. I knew you'd like it here. You have the eyes of someone who appreciates fine stolen things. Me. I can't wait to go treasure hunting with you. We could find so many more goodies on the island. But first, what do you think of the other killers on the island? I mean, Trickster is pretty out there, but everyone seems like they have interesting backstories and whatnot. A little gossip, huh? What are you playing at, Bird? Huntress considers this for a beat. She seems to have two modes, thoughtful and explosive. You hope to never be in the splash zone when the explosive part emerges. The Huntress. Why? Are you jealous? Before you can answer, the house begins to shake. Huntress loses her balance on the termite-infested floor and falls into your arms. You are not mad about it, but before you have time to enjoy taking this moment in... Krebs? Oh no, it's an attack! A horde of killer crabs invades through the crevices in the poorly constructed cabin. They race at you, and Huntress in swarms, clacking their razor-sharp claws at you. You must act quickly. What will you do? Grab a Shashka? Run and hide, or shield Huntress? I'm going to grab a Shashka? Shashka? You quickly reach out and grab a Shashka off the wall. Being the highly educated person that you are, you definitely know that a Shashka is a Russian sword, not an umbrella or a can of cola or something else like that. Back to back with the Huntress, you both hack away at the attacking crustaceans. You manage to slay the majority of the killer crabs. The ones you miss go scurrying away back into their hidey holes. Huntress turns to you with a gaze that's full of passion and intrigue. However, before it bubbles over, she looks away, suppressing this feeling. Is she nervous? Huntress sits down on the wicker couch and begins cleaning the guts off her hatchet. It's an obligatory scene for every killer. You're just happy not to be the source of what she's wiping off. Me. Well, looks like we're having crab for dinner. She doesn't smile at your joke. She has that ponderous look on her face again. You join her on the couch. The Huntress. Man, sometimes those near-death experiences really get me thinking about what I want in life. I think I'd really like to start a family one day. How about you? Of course. Maybe one day with the right person. No way, not for me. Of course, I love kids. Would love to be a parent one day. Huntress smiles. She's so cute. I love her facial expressions. I loved my dear mother so much. I can't wait to have that sort of special relationship with my daughter one day, teaching her everything I know, and I won't be killed by some horrible elk. I ask, what were you like as a kid? You try to imagine this giantess as a meek child in a puffer coat wandering about the forest. Huntress chuckles, her laugh cute, quite cute and soft. I was so innocent. We hunted to survive, then went back to the cottage, and Mother would tell me stories, and we'd drink tea and imagine a life far away from the woods. Somewhere like this. I suppose I finally achieved what she always wanted from me, but since coming here, something feels off. It's beautiful and warm, and everyone is so attractive, like thirst traps galore. But don't you get the feeling that something is coming for us? Oh no, she's onto you. But onto you about what? Swirling memories rush through your head. Nightmares, visions of a dark cloud. Claudette and Dwight's vacant stares that belie some sort of hypnosis. Quick, validate her theory and push it off. Not really. What? I don't feel that way at all. Everything is perfect here and I know nothing. Nothing, okay? Nice save. Wouldn't want to derail the mission you're on. Maybe you haven't fooled her after all. Huntress looks at you with a sneer of distrust. The newcomer doth protest too much. You're saved from the stress of being stared down by a ruthless Russian woman with a hatchet by Claudette and Dwight bursting in on you and interrupting. Dwight, we have a dramatic announcement. Claudette, but it needs to happen back at the beach. You arrive at the beach and realize you were set up. There's no big announcement after all. What we have here is a good old-fashioned rivalry. Dwight, it's true, exactly like that voice that we cannot hear and certainly aren't referencing says. Claudette, we were forced to interrupt your lovely date by another killer. They're here and ready to make an offer of love you won't be able to deny. Oh. Trevor emerges from the water. Is he in slow motion? He's pure thirst. He's Paul Newman on horseback. He's Denzel on the cover of GQ. Manliness brought to life. Also, was he holding his breath under there this whole time, waiting for his cue? That's commitment to a bit if I've ever seen it. Heard you spent the day in a quaint cottage. That's cute. How about a quaint mansion? Or better yet, how about one on each continent? Yeah, I'm including Antarctica. I'm really, really rich. Think of how cozy we could get there in a snowy 10-bedroom chateau. One of those pools that's half indoor, half outdoor, but nice and warm throughout. That way, you can kill a mama polar bear from the outside while watching her cubs cry over her body from the inside. Wow, Trapper is the real deal. And by real, I do mean really, and by deal, I mean evil. Trapper, plus, you really want to hunt for your food for the rest of your life? With me, you get it both ways. Savagery and someone to clean up after you. Sounds nice, huh? As if, or that sounds amazing. As if. That isn't the life for me, bro. I'm very impressed. You can speak with implied quotation marks. Very cool. This guy is a total douche nozzle. Try hard much. He's like the turn of the century Pacific Northwest version of a Wall Street bro. Trust me, it tracks. Patrick Bateman with a huge chip on his shoulder. You wouldn't go with him if he were brandishing a cleaver at you. Whoa, shit he is. I say, thanks but no thanks. I'm into a quieter lifestyle. I relish my independence and don't need someone to wipe my butt for me. You run back to the huge arms of the huntress. She hugs you tight, so tight you think you feel the life leave your body for just a moment, but it hurts so good. The Trapper, you know what? I'm impressed you stood up to me. I appreciate someone giving me their totally honest opinion, even if that opinion makes me want to carve out your liver. And the butt-wiping comment? That's not what I meant by clean up after you, but I'm hiring someone to do that for the moment I get home. Trapper leaves and you turn to Huntress, walking in slow motion back to the water. It's pretty weird. He just gonna stay in there all night? Bird, shall we continue our date? Huntress leads you back to her cabin. You thought you'd remember the way, but it's like the forest has completely changed. Nothing is familiar. Better not get lost out here. Huntress, can you believe that guy? Classic trapper pulling a move like that. I'm so glad you chose me, though. I don't think we've explored all there is between us yet. She winks a bunny-masked eye and scoops you up onto her back. Huntress runs through the woods with you, piggyback riding her. The wind ruffles your hair. Animals clear a path for the mighty woodswoman as she races by like the lead from that famous teen vampire drama in that one scene where he calls her a spider monkey. Huntress doesn't call you that. Bird. Eventually, she gently lowers you to the ground and you take in your surroundings. A wooded clearing in the forest. Huntress prances about like a deer in the meadow. I like to come here sometimes to clear my head and hack up a few cute woodland creatures. Foxes are my favorite to slaughter. They're so cute and sly, but I see right through them. They're just assholes. Great with hot sauce. Hunter hears rustling and darts off to find its source, crouching down low like an animal. Now you're alone in the middle of the forest. Which way did you come from again? No idea. Your sense of direction is all off. A mellifluous voice floats through the air, landing upon your ears like syrupy honey. The Huntress. Come find me. Ooh, okay, I wanna... Oh! Whoa, it's under! Perfect! Not bad. Oh, perfect. Oh, you missed completely. Yes, I did. Ooh, not bad. Tag. You bop Huntress on the shoulder when you find her. She high-fives you. You're trying to date this young lady or just bro down all day? Bird, you're so good at hiding. I'm having a real blast. Thanks. They say it takes 10,000 hours of practice to get good at something. Hey, they do say that. That was fun, huh? I keep just trying to just relax and have a good time, but it's really hard for me. Anytime I let my guard down, something terrible happens. Totally. What about if we let our pants down? Like what? Like what? Sometimes I find young girls in the woods, little perfect angels that need my protection. But if I turn my back for a moment, they wind up dying. That got dark. But you feel like Huntress wouldn't admit this to just anyone. Oh look, Claudette and Dwight are back. Claudette, okay, we swear we're here for a good reason this time. Dwight, yeah, no one is manipulating us this time. It's just time for dinner. Come get some grub. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending the afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all on the screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here, and they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Wraith seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. The Wraith. I'm sick of watching everyone else gorge themselves while I'm preoccupied with, you know, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, none of that. I'm not really hungry anyway, so I say we just do a simple salad or something. The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo is gross. I'm fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Not iceberg, though. It has no nutritional value. Letting Wraith choose was a mistake. That's on all of us. Dwight, dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Claudette, would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little and it could affect your standing within the group. Me. It's a lot of pressure. Okay, but don't just sit there and say nothing. Nothing is not an option. Tell of your brush with death. Today was nuts! We went to Huntress's secret cabin and killer crabs attacked us. The Huntress. It's true! I'll fall asleep tonight to the delicious sound of crunching crustaceans. The Trapper. That would never happen. That would never have happened on my yacht. I grind them up. Much more satisfying way to kill crabs. At least those kind of crabs. I have a little comb for the other kind. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they are all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Claudette, boni appetit. Bird, don't you mean bon? Dwight, no, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. Claudette, impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank them. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Claudette, everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen, something that will change everything. Dwight, you can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. The Trapper, did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Dwight, yes, and I immediately regret how I did. The Spirit, good, something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. The Huntress, fire illuminates the soul. The Wraith, I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers to take their place, wondering who will want a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Bird. Oh, cool! and now everyone is looking at you. Great. So, you know, do something. Bird, should I pick someone to tell a story? Or we could play charades? Boggle? The Wraith. Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. The Trapper, try not to bore us. The Huntress, we're just very interested in you. The Spirit, don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. Oh, now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. The Wraith, I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Bird was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. I'm gonna tell a story. Sure, I'm game. I'll tell a story. The Trickster. I hope it's a mystery. Okay. So what type of story do you want to tell? Romance, adventure, action. Those are my options. I'll go with action. Here's an action-packed yarn for you lot. The time I got into a bar fight. The group is interested. They lean in. The Trapper. I'm all ears, and I'm not talking about the bucket of them I have on my boat. You crack open a beer by smashing the bottle cap off on the nearest rock before starting. I'm at the local watering hole, powering up with my regular 12 beers before I slay at the pool table. The Huntress pipes in. Slay is good. Steely Dan blasts from the jukebox. The bartender's tip jar is filled to the brim. I pound the final pint, and I smash the glass on the counter as I demand shots for the entire joint. The patrons cheer for me. I am their god. Suddenly, I hear the telltale revving of engines outside. Motorcycles. The salon doors swing open. The Spirit. Wait, it's a saloon now? And in walks my arch nemesis, Big Slim, the giant of North Toledo. The Huntress. He sounds sexy. Thought I smelled something acrid from Akron when I hopped off the hog, Slim says with a sneer. I get up from my stool, the gal behind me rubbing my shoulders, revving me up for the inevitable fight. Long way from home, aren't we, Slim? What are the fine people of Elm Street going to do without someone to sell them someone's second-hand cufflinks tonight? I taunt him. He strokes his oily beard. The Wraith. This story has a lot of specific geographic references in it. I have a perfectly good job at the pawn shop. Why are you coming at me like that? Slim yells. That's fair, I scream back. Why do we even hate each other? I can't even remember. Something about me cutting you off in traffic, but it was a misunderstanding, Slim yells. Well then, let's hug it out, I say, tears starting to well in my eyes. And we made up. The Huntress. What about the bar fight? Oh yeah, well, we got into a real blowout fight later that night. Really yelled our proverbial heads off, but it was just an argument about whether you should say pop or soda. The Trapper, come on! The Trickster, I gave up headlining at Coachella for this. Spirit laughs hysterically, probably laughing at you, but it's a laugh you're ready to accept. That sure was kind of a story, technically. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. I haven't done anything with Wraith yet. The Wraith. I guess if you want. Let's see, what story could I tell? I could tell you the one about Mami Wata, a beautiful African sea goddess who would lure men in with sex and then reveal her true form as a half woman, half fish, making them swear to be true to her and no one else. Long story short, it usually ended badly for the men, which is the end of that story, I guess. My bad. Let's see. There's that one about the mysterious cult that would demand a human sacrifice to, no, that's not good. You don't want to hear that one. There, the living tree. Its branches were more like tentacles and it oozed strange liquid from its bark. One time, a girl I knew drank the liquid. She disappeared that night, but a week later, a new tree appeared. It had a very familiar looking face etched into the bark. No, that's a bad story. That could never happen. What about something truly horrifying? One time, I was doing my maths, and I mixed up the quadratic equation and Pythagorean theorem, just for a second, in my mind. I guess I was tired, but wow. That was really scary. The Trapper. I want to hear more about the half-fish lady, particularly the fish part. It's not just you, Bird. Half the time, I have no idea what the hell the Trapper is talking about either. When you're hot and rich and extremely scary, you start to think people will just accept whatever you say. Dwight and Claudette come back. Dwight, how was story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. Claudette. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Dwight, tell me, Bird, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Claudette, don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on into the next segment of the evening. Dwight, God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Claudette, Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. We know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Dwight, okay. You have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Bird, why did you say the word wink wink out loud? And what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Claudette, Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Dwight, well, except for Spirit, she doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. The Trapper. Did I hear somebody trash talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? The Wraith. Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could? Just you and me. The Huntress. On those spindly legs? You'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Bird is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice, and it's completely logical. The Spirit. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I am so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. The Trapper. It's like she's actively trying to be unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Despite the Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you. For the moment. The Wraith. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives. Or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer would you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. Trapper seems like it'd be pretty funny. Trapper? I'm glad you finally decided to take this seriously and make an effort. Don't disappoint me. Or do. My fish haven't eaten in days.
You feed me to the fish.
You arrive at the pool to find that no one else is in it. The two of you seem to have it all to yourselves. Bird. Why is the water in this pool always a little warm? Trapper laughs. I have no idea. Now, do you know why I chose this spot for us? Me? My options are to enjoy a refreshing dip, cannonball, or it's another test. I'm going to do cannonball. Cannonball! You jump in the pool and splash Trapper. He, even with the mask hiding his face, he clearly doesn't look happy. Don't do that again! Actually, I brought you to this pool for two reasons. The first is to ask you something important. Would you like to spend an unforgettable night with me? Maybe, maybe not. Or slow down, big guy. Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll have to see where things go. Hopefully they keep pointing up. The Trapper. Yeah, I get it. Doesn't matter anyway. We could. I know I could, but we're not allowed to, yet. I can't tell you why either. You get what I'm saying? You understand. You want to know more. I want to know more. Why? I'm not sure I do. Why can't we be together tonight? The Trapper. You should know by now I don't like questions. Way to end the day like a big dumbass, you stupid dumbass. I'm leaving. Trapper leaves the pool with a big smile after the water inexplicably gets warm again. Hey, wait a second, Trapper. You never told me the second reason you brought me to this pool. The Trapper. Oh yeah, the chlorine is great for washing off blood, especially in those hard-to-reach places. You know how it is. FYI, if you do know how it is, you should keep it to yourself. The Trapper. Damn it, I see those dweebs Doug and Claudia waving at us. I think we both need to head to the volleyball court. He's right. Dry off and go to the volleyball court. And later, you're really gonna want to scrub your own hard-to-reach places with actual soap. Chlorine is no match for whatever Trapper gets up to in these pools. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was? Ugh, feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl, you know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Bird chooses. Dwight, who's ready for a round robin? The Huntress, how around are we talking? Dwight, no, not to eat, Huntress. Claudette, each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Wraith, why don't you go first? You look like you'd hate that. Claudette, stop talking. Oh, Dwight, sorry. Anyway, Wraith? Wraith, well, I don't know. I'd prefer to just tell Bird privately. Dwight, I don't really know how that's gonna work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Bird? Wraith considers this for a moment too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to an inaudible whisper. Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's going to be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. And then maybe we can go on a real date. The Wraith. Dwight, you done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Dwight, hit us, Spirit. Claudette, figuratively! Damn it, Dwight, you gotta watch your words with these people. The Spirit, tomorrow you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. Dwight, that's it? The Spirit, if you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Claudette, do you want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? The Spirit, all of them! Dwight, okay then, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang out with Spirit. Claudette, Trapper, without further ado, we would like you to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience. Dwight, sometimes you just gotta say it. The Trapper, why, yes, thank you, I'd love to. So, Bird, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you're like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if you're not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Claudette, great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Huntress, tomorrow I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. The Trapper, what was that? The Huntress, nothing, go away! Then, boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned, it involves hunting for treasure. Dwight, what kind of treasure are we looking for? The Huntress, guess! Or guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell ya, it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing because it's clear already that you're going to pick me. Claudette, confident, mysterious. I like it. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Dwight, now go dream about all those swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? I love this, like, they're like, sweaty look. Dwight, oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. Claudette, no reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up. This has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time, and I'm just now finding out about it? Oh, come on. The signs were there. You just didn't read them. Dwight, welcome to Murderer's Island. Claudette, it's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof, it's like a butchering, but it hurts even worse. Ocean, you can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare even to try? Me? You mean Dwight? That's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Claudette, because it's dramatic? Dwight, because it's surprising? Claudette, because it's a classic reversal of fate? Dwight, and it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear that she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek, what if you get rid of the wraith? He might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss, so which sociopath are you eliminating? Uh-oh. I think I'll pick... I mean, it's not like I can't come back and do other roads. I'm gonna pick Wraith. Look, I'm here and I'm horny and I'm not really getting positive reinforcement from you, Wraithy Poo. Please don't take this personally. It's just my opinion of you and who you are and what you're about deep down as a person and how I don't like it. Like, give me something, you know? A kiss, a wink, hold my hand, finish telling me about all this mysterious stuff you're obsessed with. Or better yet, don't. Wraith rises, taller than you've ever seen him, and calmly walks to the exit. Before he leaves, he turns to you. When you came here, I thought perhaps you would be different. I don't know how my last bit of hope in humanity hasn't been snuffed out, but it wasn't. It is now. You're just like the rest of them. There's no hope of goodness here. The only thing I can do is try to escape, or burn everything and everyone to the ground. He leaves. Pretty badass exit. Was not expecting that. Dwight, now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should get some shut-eye. Claudette, and don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Dwight, because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Bird when all this is over, but they'll never sleep alone again. Claudette, that's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... Oh! Their own mostly new Trickster body pillow! The next best thing to the real Trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try to stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right, it's Dwight tested. Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight, Bird. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean, knowing there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. Ocean, how can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. And it's almost 8:30, so I have to go, but I'm actually going to finish this one up tomorrow, I think, maybe, instead of finishing up Resident Evil 2. This is so funny and cute. I can't even with it. I'm going to save my game. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel, if you want to watch the rest of it. If you don't, I totally understand. I know these kind of games aren't for everybody. They're not really for me most of the time, but I couldn't resist. So have a great night. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah.